Okay, A Little Inconvenience is a 17 plus game that contains the following content: blood, grotesque discussion of cutting up fish, blood, fish guts, their smell, kidnapping, manipulation, murder, stalking, and an unhealthy obsession with another human being. The game also contains flashing and flickering lights, which can be turned off in the settings. Please be advised while playing and take care of yourself. By clicking OK, you're confirming you're okay with viewing the content. I'm okay with viewing this content. This content I've viewed many times before and will many times again. Welcome to a demo. A little inconvenience. It's a little inconvenient that's a demo because it looks pretty good so far. So we're gonna see how it reads. I mean, it's at the top of the charts right now, so should be pretty good, I guess. Is it a little inconvenient? Love always begins with a flicker. For us, that flicker had happened 1 year ago inside the quick stop when I hurried out from my car to avoid the torrential downpour inside. Torrential. I had a long, mundane day at the fish market, taking out the fish from the week's shipment, cutting and cleaning them while their blood and guts got on me, dealing with the pesky customers, those fishy customers. The place used to smell rancid. The customers used to be kind and warm, but slowly all of that disappeared. It felt like I walked into a space of nothingness, operating on instinct until I got home and did the same thing there. Even the euphoric sense of cutting open the fish and seeing their blood slowly seep out onto the white cutting board dueled on me. Everything in my life up to that point that used to make me feel something became nothing. Oh wow, cutting open the fish made you feel something. Interesting. That was until I heard the angelic voice of yours. Welcome on in. What should have been just an in-and-out visit at the convenience store to grab some cheap beer became a spark that restarted my heart. I looked up and saw you, a shining ray of light in a boring world of gray. You were looking up from your phone as if my presence alerted you. No, she just had a customer. She had to pay attention to the customer. You're the customer, bro. I saw your eyebrow quirk over so slightly, and that's when I realized we'd been staring at each other for far too long. But could you blame me? Your face was enchanting. It seemed like God had put all his time into creating the perfect person. Your beautiful brown eyes, and your soft round face, and your adorably pinchable cheeks enhanced by the perfect touches of makeup that help bring out your beauty inside and out. Turning my head forward, I walk, not rush, over to the coolers and picked out a random 19-ounce beer can. I grabbed some snacks on the way to the register, some sugary candy and a bag of chips. I wonder what you thought of me when I came up to you with my random assortment of goods. Hopefully nothing too awful. That's when I took notice of your scratched up name tag. Written in faded black marker was your name. What is your name, my angel? My name is Mil. Milta. That Mil. What a beautiful name. I know. That's my favorite name. You having a movie night? You asked me such a simple question. While scanning my items, I honestly wasn't expecting the small talk. It's called customer service. Oh, I was just assuming. That's what your plans were based off your selection. Candy, chips, and a nice cold drink make a late night movie 10 times better. I didn't plan on it. It's been a day, but I guess the movie would be better than just sitting around, yeah? You shrugged your shoulders. Maybe. My idea of a fun night might be different from yours. At the time, your idea of fun sounded better than anything I could ever come up with. Just a simple movie night with a good friend, a cold beer, and some snacks. OP night. Great night. Even now, that's still true. Especially if it's a movie you two like both want to see and you guys just waited and then you finally got together and you watched it. It's just so like, yes. Even if the movie turns out to be bad, still a good night, you know? But if you need some movie recommendations, I'm always happy to give some. Free of charge, of course. Your smile radiated such a welcoming warmth, and I remember the feeling the world around me grow brighter because of it. Sure. Hit me with them. If you're not a scaredy cat, I'll recommend The House Down the Road or Satan's Advocate. But if you're into thrillers, Blink Thrice is a must-watch. Oh, I love Blink Thrice. I nervously gripped my shark tooth necklace, swirling it around in between my fingers. Really? That one's a sleeper hit, so I don't know anyone who's seen it before. Well, now you do. I remember smiling and throwing a casual wink your way, but I don't know how it came across. My smile would never be as charming as yours, but I can only hope that it's at least a fraction as good. But it must have been passable because you chuckled in response. Well, then you should definitely watch one of my other recs. You seem more like a Satan's Advocate kind of guy. If you ever come back here, you need to tell me what you thought of it, promise? My mind lingered on your proposal as you stuffed my purchase into a medium-sized brown bag with the words "Have a nice day" on the front. Then you put that into another bag as assurance from the rain outside. You wanted to see me again, I remember thinking to myself. It was strange to hear that said so genuinely than what I was used to hearing at work, empty words that were only ever exchanged as a form of politeness. Your tone was casual, but it didn't lack emotion. There was a subtle hint of cheerfulness behind it, and you were seriously looking forward to the prospect of seeing me again. It was a breath of fresh air to see someone so truthfully and kind. So that's why I responded the way I did, with the same level of genuineness you showed me. I promise. Your eyes twinkled like a beautiful star in the night sky, and my heart fluttered at the stunning sight. How did you manage to get more beautiful with each passing second? Awesome. It'll be fun to have a regular, to talk movies with. You pressed a few buttons on the POS. Alright. Your total comes out to $16.72. That total was just as beautiful as her. I didn't want our thrilling interaction to end, but I couldn't push my luck. I knew that much at least. I mean, she initiated this conversation. Maybe she's a little into you? Although I saw you as the one, I was just a stranger to you, but in the time, I become something more. Your stalker. I slid my card into the reader. I hesitate to take it out when the reader beeped for the first time and quickly glanced at you one last time before retrieving it. Have a safe trip home, okay? Vision's horrible out there. So thanks, and you as well. I bowed my head a couple of times and jetted out of the back to my car. All the sounds of the outside world, the sharp ding of the convenience store bell, the rain, and me slamming my car door closed when I entered. All of it was drowned by my unsteady heart rate. The drive home was complete blur, because I only had you on my mind. Even during the movie, as I took sips of my cheap beer, all I could think about was you. And somehow, thinking of you made the beer taste a little bit better than it had any right to. As I got ready for bed, I turned to the counter where the extra brown paper bag stood, completely safe from the rain. That extra insurance you gave me, you didn't need to do that, but you did. You thought of my well-being at that moment. You wanted to make my life easier for me. Mew. My slender hand caressing the bag in the same spots your hands had touched it. The sensation ran down my spine. The last time I felt that way was when I first started gutting the fish back at the fish shop. Oh God. No. This is a weird association to someone you love. Ah, yes, the first time I got at those fish, it reminded me of you. Oh God. You're gonna use that one as a pickup line, cause I'll see why she runs directly away. That was one of the feelings I'd missed, but you brought it back to me. I hugged the bag, and it crinkled under my tight embrace as I imagined it were you in my arms. Thank you for gifting me with your presence. As a thank you, I'll become something you treasure eternally. Ah, you just don't know it yet. Instead of asking you out on a normal date, I will become your stalker now. That is my sound logic. 1 year later. Muse, POV. Mine? You don't say. Sometimes I wonder if it's okay being content with a life like mine. People always have high ambitions for life. Some want to star in a blockbuster movie. Others want to become a star athlete, and there are a few who want to hold sold-out concerts at Madison Square Garden or Rungrado 1st of May. Me? I'm just okay with living a mundane life. I wake up, pet my dog Oreo, take some time to look over my pottery that I've been working on, go to my job, and I come back home and have a nice warm dinner waiting for me. The job part sucks. But what job doesn't suck at least a little bit? Especially customer service. But being assistant GM is a job that pays the bills and a little bit extra. A happy life with a job that pays enough and gives me enough time to just breathe so I can do my own little adventures. What's not to love about a life like that? But I can't help but wonder how others view my life. Not that I care about what they have to say. Oh, I changed my hair. After hearing my long-winded spiel, my boss shoots me a worried look. Maybe I should have left the bit about my job out. Then again, he knows the woes I suffer better than anyone, as someone who's been running his own business for 20 plus years. Mew, you're young. You should be living life to the... I raise my hand, and he stops in his tracks. Boss, I appreciate you throwing your old wisdom on me and stuff, but like I said, I'm fine. Besides, I don't need you spewing all that. I wish I did more when I was a youthful lad. I was not going to use those exact words, but you understand why I'm concerned for you, right? But I'm happy. There's nothing wrong with being content with a cozy little life, with the occasional thrill here and there. I don't need the life of a movie star or have to do a death-defying stunts that I can cross off my bucket list to have a fulfilling life. My life as it is perfect. Listen, there's only 4 individuals in my life who can have an opinion on what I do. Oreo, my parents, and... Before I can finish my thought, my stalker. And my stalker. They can have an opinion, I guess. Not that I would care about it. Before I can finish my thought to my boss who's buying a few items, the sharp sound of the store bell rings. And in walks Darius, who's wearing that signature bag of his. Despite all this time, is still in impeccable condition. Makes me wonder, does he wear the same one day in and day out, or does he replace it with a new one every day? Mew, it's good to see you again. You always say that, Darius. You know I'm stuck working the afternoon to night shift until this bozo over here decides to stop making my life hell. Darius stops and stares at my boss through one eye hole in his mask. You asked for this shift! I playfully shove his arm. I know. I kid. You were kidding? Oh, okay. Darius makes his way around my boss, not taking his eye off of him. Wow. So, the bag is just a part of my aesthetic now. I literally walk around like this all day. I wonder if I work at the fish shop like this too. It's hard to see with one eye and cutting fish. Don't you think, Darius? I mean, the night shift can't be that bad, right? Plus, if you change shifts, you wouldn't be able to get to see your favorite customer ever again. Me. And a little inconvenience your choices can impact me and Darius's relationship. Okay. So we got some options. Can I save on these options? Cool. Got a nice little save. Oh. And what would I do without my favorite customer? I'll admit, despite how weird he looked, seriously, where did he get that bag from? Darius is a friendly dude. All my regulars are. But having someone around my age to talk to while at work, it's nice. He's incredibly patient and attentive. It doesn't matter what topic I throw at him. He's always willing to listen. He's learned who my favorite artists are. He's always eager to know what movies to watch and even goes as far as to help me restock the store here and there. He's nice to have around. And if I couldn't see him much anymore, let alone at all, I think it'll sting a little bit. And what would I do without my favorite customer? Darius scratches the bag sitting on the set and looks down at his sneakers, embarrassed, as if he wasn't expecting me to agree so eagerly. I'm glad I could be useful. Yeesh, you make it sound like you're a useless sack of crap, Darius. Having you around always lifts my spirits, especially on delivery days. Give yourself a bit more credit, yeah? Yeah, you're right, Mew. You're always right. Yeah, I'm always right. You should always listen to me. No matter what I say, always right here. My boss leans over the counter. I'll let you work your customer service magic in peace, Mew. I appreciate that. He quickly takes his paid items and hurries off to his office in the back. The bagged customer in front of me peeks over the counter and at the still door Boss just escaped to. I didn't know he was going to be here today. He's never here. Had some issues with the card machines earlier, so he came in. Last thing I need is some maniac getting an attitude with me because I can only take cash. And if I was here to see that, they would have been taken care of. Oh. You're gonna take care of my Karens for me? What a white knight. I love this guy. Oh. No need, Darius. I can handle them on my own. Plus, I would hate for you to put yourself in danger for my sake. But what if something happened to you? I would feel so guilty for standing by and not doing anything. Sorry, but I can't do that. For a moment, I stare at him with wide eyes. I wasn't expecting such a passionate answer from him. But is it out of genuine concern? Or does he not believe I can protect myself because I can? What about him? But can you protect yourself from him, though? That's the real issue. Yeah, but what about you? What about me? I don't even have a soul. I can't help but roll my eyes. Men. You can play hero, but at the end of the day, you're human just like me. I don't want you getting hurt either, Darius. So while it's sweet that you're looking out for me, you need to do the same for yourself. Darius sighs as he fiddles with his hoodie sleeve. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you upset. I just care for you, that's all. Oh geez, seeing him like that makes me feel bad, even if I only spoke the truth. Leaning over the counter, I rest my hand on his shoulder. His head shoots up. No need to apologize, like I said. It's sweet you care that much. So how about this? We can watch each other's backs, but if anything gets too crazy, we'll call for help. Sound like a reasonable deal? He places his hand on mine. It's warm despite him just coming in from a crisp autumn night. Deal. His voice is much lighter now, and although I can't see what lies behind the mask of his, I'm sure there's a twinkle in his eye and a smile on his face. And if you keep your end of the bargain, you'll get even more free snacks than you already do. Just don't tell my boss. Wouldn't imagine it. Oh, that reminds me. I need to go get some. Work was busy today. I couldn't even take my lunch break. Well, that's illegal. No, it's not. I looked it up. I have days where I can't get a lunch break either. But I looked it up and it's not, there's no legality in it at all. You sure you don't want something more filling instead? We have sandwiches, wings, hot dogs. Ooh, wings. As if he was in a horror movie, Darius turns his head slowly to the roller grill cooker. Sitting there are 16 hot dogs that have remained untouched all day. I'll pass on the hot dog. Damn. I guess our hot dog sales will continue to be non-existent. Well, grab a sandwich at least. I'm sure there's something you'd like. Did you make them? Yep. He zooms towards the direction of the sandwiches. Well, that didn't take much time convincing. You know? Bending down, I look over the counter for the disinfectant and cloth. Jeez, we have so much receipt paper down here. Wait, is that? Oh, gross. Mike left his container of half-eaten lunch here. And what I need would be behind it. I push it aside and hastily grab the disinfectant and mangled yellow cloth. He's so going to hear about this. Boo! Who are you? You look like a werewolf. Jesus Christ! Out of instinct, I tossed the bottle and cloth at the man who probably took 5 years of my life. Despite the bottle almost colliding with its face, he is laughing his ass off, as if someone just threw a pie at my face. Ha! You should have seen your face! Ha ha ha! Tristan, what the hell? You almost made me piss myself. Consider that payback for scaring me last week, right after I got out of the shower. Oh, come on. We were both laughing about it afterwards. But that's where you made your mistake. You thought you were safe. Little did you know I was devising a plan to get you back. You sneaky little devil. You do know now I'm going to get you back, right? And thus our little game of payback will continue on for all eternity until we're on our deathbeds. And then we'll prank each other in the afterlife, where everyone around us will get sick of our I'm sure they'll forgive us. After all, we'll be the sexiest couple in the afterlife, or hottest, depending on where we end up. And who can stay mad at a super sexy hot people, right? No one. No. I don't know. It depends on what they do. Some people never get mad at them, even if they do the most horrendous things. I can't help but chuckle at our make-believe scenario. Imagine us in heaven or hell, annoying the ever-loving crap out of our fellow angels or sinners. You're such a goober. Nah, y'all are going to heaven. For sure. Last time I checked, that was reason number 20 on why you love me. He's not wrong. He leans forward with a smirk. So, what are you doing here? Just want to see you. That's all. You couldn't wait like 2 more hours like you normally do? Nope. My fragile little heart wouldn't have been able to bear it. He gives me a quick peck on the lips and starts to gently rub my hands. Manning down the fort here, well, like a good little assistant manager. Of course. That's why my boss pays me the big bucks. You're right about that. He boops my nose. So I have something I need to talk to you about. I arch a brow. About what? Don't look at me like that. It's nothing serious. My friends and I were thinking of... Ahem. Excuse me, but I'm the alpha male. Well, get out of the way. His face, too. His total change of expression. A loud, annoyed cough comes from behind Tristan that makes me jump. Damn. Tristan turns around and sees Darius, standing right behind him with an arm full of snacks, plus a couple of sandwiches. Some of us are trying to make a purchase. Can you move? Okay, Karen. Oh, damn. Sorry, dude. Let me get out of your way. Just trying to talk to my girlfriend. Oh, no. Don't tell him that. He'll have a heart attack. Tristan lets go of my hands and steps aside. Darius' head follows him. And although I can't see through that hole in the paper mask of his, it feels as though he's glaring daggers at him. I see you two are, well acquainted. His tone is pointed and cold. Was he put off by our PA? Ugh, as much as I love Tristan, he does tend to go a bit far with the affection, even when I'm at work. Bro, he was just like holding your hand. That's not bad. Yo, don't listen to Darius. He's not good. He's not good. No. Sorry about that, Darius. Tristan is just... This is my regular Darius. Darius, this is my boyfriend. Tristan... Oh gosh, here comes the art attack. Oh, so you're the infamous Darius that Mew's been telling me about. Should have figured by the bag on your head. Nice to meet you. He holds out his hand. Darius looks at it, then back at him, then turns his back to him so he could face the counter. Yikes. Rejected. I'm aware of who you are. I could hear the two of you chatting down the snack aisle. Ouch. Though despite that icy reception, my boyfriend continues to give him a radiant smile. The awkward tension in the store continues to grow as I quietly scan the items, and Tristan fails to initiate any conversation with Darius. With every failed attempt, that smile of his slowly uncurls into a frown. No! God, I hate this. I need to get that mood back on track. So... Hey, babe, I'm gonna jet. Need me to pick up anything on my way home? Oh, no. Nothing comes to mind. Gotcha. See you soon. And, bye, Darius. He gives one playful pat on the back, like they're the best of friends. It was nice to meet you. Well, Darius doesn't respond to either his gesture or enthusiastic-ish remark. My boyfriend takes that as his cue to leave. He gives me one last wave before walking out. I look at the customer across from me. Even with Tristan gone, that air of tension is still there. Ooh. Man, why is it always up to me to break this awkwardness? I have nothing to say to you. Best not to say anything. Could make it worse. I continue to scan his items quietly. All the while I feel Darius' gaze bore into me. No, I know this. I know I have to apologize. I just don't want to. I shouldn't have to. Damn. Hey. Look, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be kissing my boyfriend at work in turn, ignoring you. That's my bad. It won't happen again. Apology accepted. But if you really want to make things better... Nope. No. I don't care. I don't want to really make things better. Screw you, Darius. Let's just steer the conversation. Do you remember that ceramic project I was telling you about? He lifts his head up. The fat raccoon? How could I forget? I still remember laughing at it when you showed me a picture of you working on it last week. Yep, oh, I should have known. Talking about me put him in a better mood, because he likes me so much. Wow, what a complete 180. Note to self, Darius also loves raccoons. Whether or not they need to be chonky is to be determined. It's almost done. I just need to paint it. When you're done with it, I would love to buy it off you. I don't know. I'm feeling a bit attached to the chunky fellow. Please? My home is in desperate need of new decor. And I just know your wonderful ceramic raccoon will give my living room some much needed life. Is his house really that bare? Yikes. I give Darius a good look over, wondering what lies beneath that mask of his. Perhaps the cutest pair of puppy eyes the world has never seen. Though his voice does a good job, enough job to pull at my heartstrings. I mean, I can always make another. Okay, as long as you give him a go home. I'll take good care of him, I promise. Anyway, your total's $16.92. Darius puts out a crisp 20 out of his wallet. You can keep the change. Consider it my down payment for the raccoon. You're gonna need more than that if you want to secure that raccoon. He pulls out another $20. I was just joking. This is fine. I don't know if I find it charming or alarming that he's so willing to throw money at me like this. Oh, you were okay? He thankfully puts his wallet back into his pocket. He grabs his bag of stuff and gives me a small wave. Have a good rest of your shift, Mew. Thanks. And you have a safe drive home. He saunters out of the store, leaving me alone to hear the soft humming of the heater and the light music playing from the radio overheard. Over here? Well, I have a few more things I need to get done before my shift's over in a couple of hours. Then I'm free to do whatever I want. Well, within reason, of course. Boss is here, probably monitoring the cameras while he's at his feet, kicked up in the overcrowded desk. You know? Walking over to the other side of the counter, I grab my bottle of disinfectant and ragged cloth I threw at Tristan earlier and start spraying the register area. Spray, spray, sprayity spray. This is the day Darius strikes. Okay, just need to refill that chip section and I'll be golden. I enter the back area and go look for the shelves for an additional product. Chips, chips, chips. Where? I mumble over and over again to myself as I pass each open box. Ah, here they are. Getting on my tippy toes, I reach for the box. That's great. At least they went off as soon as I found the box. The last thing I need to do is search for them in the dark. Sighing, I grab the box off the top shelf and look over my shoulder. Boss, are these lights ever going to get fixed? It feels like I'm in a horror movie, and I'm the unsuspecting store clerk who's going to get chopped up by a killer. And at the moment I turn the corner, my voice travels down the hall to my boss's office. He rolls his office chair to the doorway and throws up his hands. Hey, it's not my fault. Blame the higher-ups for taking their sweet time approving the paperwork to get the electricity guys to come in. If I were in their fancy schmancy leather chairs making bank, doing absolutely nothing, I might act the same way. Why bother lifting a finger when you don't get paid to do that? You wouldn't do the right thing if you were in their shoes? And I thought I knew you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. That goes to show you, Moo, you never truly know a person. Oh, here we go with that wise man knowledge. Let me go out of here before he starts spouting proverbs. Proverbs 1:11. I don't know. Proverbs 1:11. I don't know what that is. Is that a real Bible verse? Wait. Finally, I'm home. As soon as I step foot in my apartment, I'm greeted with a sympathy of aromas coming from the kitchen and my adorable pit bull, Oreo. I bend down and give him a good rub. His soft black and white coat feels so nice to the touch. Hey, buddy, did you miss Mommy? Bark, bark. I give him a few kisses. You can't feed a dog chocolate. How dare you give him a kiss? I'm joking. I know what she meant. I hear loud footsteps coming my way and look up to see Tristan above me with a plate of something delicious in his hand. No kisses for the chef? I cuddle Oreo. No, only kisses for Oreo. I give my fluffy child one last kiss, and he responds with 1,000 of his own. And to think, I made you this delicious carne guisada. Ooh. Okay, I'll kiss the chef. I hop to my feet and try to grab the plate from Tristan with my free hand. Gimme. Oh, now you're interested in me after finding out I made your favorite. Sorry, mi amor, but I won't give it up so easily. Playfully rolling my eyes, I cup his cheek and pull him in for a kiss. Alright, I'm satisfied. Here you go. He puts his plate down on the coffee table and fetches me a spoon. He takes a seat and I lay up against him. And hold on, I want to read the cutesy couple stuff. I lay up against him before grabbing my meal. Oreo lays on the edge of the couch, eyeing my phenomenal stew. I don't like stew. So, how much was the rest of work? Uneventful. So good. His encounter with Darius pops up in my head, and my stomach sinks a bit. Hey, I'm sorry about Darius. Not sure what's got into him. He's never acted like that before. It was so out of left field. That's whatever. Not going to care what the bagman thinks or says about me. Don't call him that. What? It's a fitting name for the guy. But this sounds rude. How would you like it if I called you Mr. Eggplant because of your hair? Not because of my I shoved my elbow into his pelvis, narrowly missing his eggplant. Oof. Oh yes, this is how we treat this is how we treat, people, we just give them a swift kick into the ball sack. And that's how you know they love you. Oh, he lurches forward, and I can feel him rest his chin on the top of my head. You're missing the point. If you ever bump into him again, for the love of God, do not call him that. Just call him by his actual name. And who knows, maybe you'll end up in his good graces. Still reeling from the critical hit to his pelvis moments earlier, he lets out a groan. I doubt that'll ever happen after today. But sure, whatever will make you happy, babe. Thank you. I stare into my hearty stew as I recount the rest of my shift. Bro, Darius helps you at work, I guess, but this guy just made you a nice stew and you're gonna kick his pelvis? Bro, what is that? I don't understand. That's what I remember. Maybe I just don't understand people. I don't know. Oh, you said you had something to talk to me about, yeah? Yeah, so the boys and I were thinking about going on a camping trip later this week for a few days. Are these the same boys you did an all-night karaoke after getting drunk at the club and you were so bad the workers had no choice but to kick you out? The same boys who got high with that one time and then you thought you were all animals? Need I remind you that you thought you were a cow and then ate the Cobb salad I made you like it was grass? Sounds like a good time. Well, the same boys. Before I could continue on, Tristan put some hand on my mouth. Yes, it's the boys. Listen, you don't understand. It's the boys. We're crazy. They're the only people I call the boys, mi amor. I shrug. Well, you don't need my permission to go hang out with them. Just be careful, okay? Actually, I was thinking maybe you could come with. I look over my shoulder and stare at him. Me? Going camping with the boys? With them? In the middle of the woods? Only to look out for you, bro. He nods eagerly, just like Oreo whenever he gets a bacon-flavored treat. No. Aw, why not, babe? As much as I like them, I'm not sure if I can handle a whole trip of you and your guys' shenanigans. But it will be fun! It'll be fun until one of them has their head halfway in a bear's mouth because they wanted to feed it some of their camp food. Nope. Plus, who's going to watch Oreo? There's no way I'm trusting him in the hands of a stranger. Maybe your sister? We've been over this, Tristan. She's allergic to dogs. I would hate to put her through that for our sake. I'll just take her with you. He lets out a sigh. Take him with you. Dogs can go camping too, right? He would love that. Man, I was hoping to spend some more time with you in the great outdoors. Aw man, I hate seeing him pout like that. So I push myself upward, give a peck on the lips, and he perks up a bit. Maybe after your trip, we could plan a small romantic getaway somewhere, just us and Oreo in a little log cabin by a lake. We haven't done one of those in a while, I guess. But I really do want you to be with me on this trip. It'll make for good bonding experience for all of us. Plus, if we had a fourth, that'll make it nice and even. We wouldn't have to worry about someone sleeping by themselves. I let out an internal sigh. On one hand, I get it. Who wouldn't want their girlfriend to be best friends with their friends? But on the other hand, I just wish he would drop it and let us plan something with just us. So, Arya, but it's a no, Tristan. I'm sure you'll find someone else to fill the empty spot and join that sausage fest of yours, you know? Okay. Someone like Oreo takes the dog, leaves the girlfriend. We chat a bit more about the upcoming trip and where it'll be. Apparently they have their eyes set on New Moon's campground. It's right on top of the mountain, and there's a lake nearby where where's fish. It sounds nice. Maybe he'll take me there later in the year. Or you could just go with him now. Well, eventually I finish up my stew, wash the plate before putting it in the dishwasher. I let out a loud yawn, and the long day at work hits me like a sack of bricks. Sounds like someone's tired. He pulls me towards the bedroom. Come on, I'll tuck you in. I even let you be a little spoon this time. Oh, me? The little spoon? How considerate of you. He pulls me into the bedroom, making sure Oreo also comes along before turning off the living room lights and closing the bedroom door. Darius's point of view. Oh no, not the creepy Darius music. I hate him. 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 I've hated him ever since I saw him with Mew a year ago. Who does that piece of shite think he is, putting his hands all over her like that? Like she's his play. What are you gonna do with her? Darius, what are you gonna do with her when she's your girlfriend? You're not gonna touch her? You're not gonna touch her? No wonder why you can't get a girl. Hush. Darius, hush. Come on. And at work, nonetheless, she would have been scolded if her boss came out and saw her doing that. He's such an inconsiderate piece of shit. And him smiling at me like it's okay. Like it's okay for him to be with someone like her. What does he do to convince her that he was worthy of her love? Bro, her type of love is if you cook her a nice meal, she'll punch you in the face. If you ask her out with the boys to spend time with your friend, oh yeah, Darius doesn't have any friends, so that might be perfect for him actually, bruh. So if you ever get a friend Darius and you want her to hang out with him, she wouldn't be down for that. But he would never get a friend. He's too obsessed with her. I slam my hand down on the wooden desk. It shakes along with my box cutter from work. Bro, let it go. It doesn't make any sense. She obviously doesn't like you like that. I've done so much for her. I keep her company at work. I make sure she's okay when she's driving home at night. I keep an eye on her when she's cooking. I make sure she doesn't burn herself when she's cooking. I just have to watch her and it never happens. So I must be doing something. And for what? For her to be cuddling up with some man who thinks he's better than me? It should be me who's making dinner for her every night. I should be the one who she's lying up against with while we're sleeping under her blue comforter. I should be the one she's telling everything to. I slam my hand down on my desk, and I can feel bits of my skin scrape from the impact. I won't lose the most precious gift life has ever given to me to the bottom feeder. I glance at my green box cutter sitting a few inches away. It's been attached to my side ever since I started working at the fish market. You never know when you might need to cut something open, or someone is always there at the ready. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure of that. A sadistic sounding laugh escapes between my lips, as I imagine him begging for his life as I kneel over him with a weapon in hand. And with each beg, I drive my box cutter deeper into him, just like how I cut up the fish at the market with my knife. Yeah, Darius is a lady killer, that's for sure. He's a real he's a real piece of work. That's what he is. His blood coating me like the fish guts, and when I'm halfway through chopping them up, his hands clawing at me like a helpless little fish flopping around after it's been exposed to air. Every time I cut up a fish, their pungent aroma fills my nostrils. I mean pungent. It's a smell I never grow tired of. I wonder, what would your death smell like? Would it fill me with the same indescribable lust for carnage? Or would I discover a newfound level of ecstasy? We'll find out together, won't we, Tristan? Bruh, don't you touch my Tristan. Don't you touch my Tristan. You cannot make my stew as good as he can. He makes it with love, and you make it out of, like, obsession. Oh wow, that's the end of the demo? Really? Damn. Well, this guy's unhinged. I can't wait to see his downfall. I'm ready for it. Alright, I'll just explore a couple more options. Say nothing. Favorite, yeah? The spiral. I wonder what... I'm sorry, bud, but Desmond and his wild stories from his youth beat you by a mile. I shrug and say nothing. His finger twitches a bit. Not much, I guess. Sorry, but someone else had to convey a coveted favorite customer spot. I see. Who could that be? That old man for the newsboy cap, or the soccer mom who always comes in with her 2 kids after soccer practice? My boss looks between us, saddened Darius and I. Oh, come on, Mew. Don't go breaking Darian's heart like that. It's Darius. He looks up from his pouting and tilts his head slightly while he looks at my boss. Darian? So close yet so far. Good try, boss. You'll get his name, eventually. It's Darius, boss. He nods. But I'm sure that went one ear and out the other. Now, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna skedaddle. Mew, call me if you need anything. Thanks, boss. He quickly takes his bait. The bad customer in front of me peeks over the counter, and at the still door boss just escaped to. I didn't know he was going to be here today. He's never here. I'll be playful with him, because I said no need. Really now? You can handle the big scary guys that could walk in here? You'd be surprised at what I can do, Mew. Perhaps there's more to him that meets the eye. I admit, my interest is piqued. Would be neat to see it in action. Well, I wouldn't pay to see that. Well, aren't I glad to have you as a regular? Anything for my favorite cashier who provides me free snacks on the regular. And if you protect me, you can see more of that coming your way. I shoot him a playful wink. Oh, that reminds me. I need to go get some. Yeah, work's great today. Alright, say nothing. I continue to scan his items quietly. All the while, I feel Darius's gaze bore into me. I pick up the pace. You should know better than to kiss him, let alone at work. Jeez, I think I got that from your attitude. No need to reprimand me for it like you're my boss. I kept my thoughts to myself and just quickly finished scanning the rest of his items. Alright, your total comes to $16.89. Cash your card. He pulls out his old worn brown wallet from his pocket and takes out $20 before handing it to me. You can keep the change. What the hell? Where's this generosity coming from? You sure? I don't need the extra cash. You can always keep it for a snack later this week. You know, I'm only looking out for you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Just don't want you to get into trouble, that's all. He nudges his head to the entrance, the one that my boyfriend had left through minutes earlier. Oh, have a good night. Have a safe ride home, Mew. He grabs his stuff and saunters out the door, leaving me alone to my low-tone music playing for the store or radio overhead. I glanced down at the fresh 20 in my hand. Well, he has a funny way of looking out for me, doesn't he? He could have been nicer about it. I type a few keys on the register before it opens, making a loud ding as it does, and quietly slip the 20 in before shutting it closed. Well, I have a few more things I need to get done before my shift's over in a couple of hours. Then I'm free to do whatever I want. Well, within reason, of course. Boss is here, probably monitoring the cameras, while he has his feet kicked up on the overcrowded desk. I suck my teeth. What do you say? Hey, I'm sorry, but he shouldn't have acted that way towards you. I mean, you apologized and even acted nice to him. He shrugs. It's whatever. I tried to be friendly with the guy. If the dude doesn't want to reciprocate, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Maybe he was just jealous that I was kissing you. I sigh. Darius? Jealous? Sounds like him. I really don't want to think about that, honestly. But his behavior took a complete 180 when he saw Tristan. Hell, he was even acting cold to me, as if last year hadn't even happened. And I was just some stranger who, like, pissed in the cereal. Maybe. I keep my voice barely above a whisper as I ponder over what happened a couple of hours ago. If Darius likes me, to what extent? Simple admiration or something far greater? I can maybe handle an innocent crush, but thinking about this gives me a headache. I shove a giant piece of beef into my mouth so I can focus on how tender and flavorful it tastes instead. That's when I remember. Oh, you said you had something to talk to me about, yeah? Trip with the boys. But she didn't seem to care. She didn't even apologize to me for what happened. But that's not the Mew I know. She's always so kind and considerate. It has to be because of him. He's influencing her. That piece of shite. Pretending to be this chill guy, but really he's immature, spiteful, and rude. How could someone like that be with her? How? I slam my hand down on the wooden desk. It shakes along with my box cutter from work. It doesn't make any sense. I've done so much for her. I've done so much. Yeah, that's the only thing that changes. Alright, let's load it again and see what else I got. I'm gonna read the final sentences. True, you don't get off until like 7. I mean, what regular isn't a favorite? As weird as he is with the whole bag thing, I wonder where he got it from. Guy's pretty nice. During slow nights, when no one's coming in, my phone can't even speed up the time. He shows up and makes the place lively again. It's like magic. True, you don't get off until 7. He sighs. Sometimes even later than that, when we're really busy. Yeah, there have been times when he came in close to 9:30, and if I remember correctly, he goes into work sometime in the early morning, like 7 or something, to prep for shipments. Man, works a lot. I don't know what lies under that mask of his, but I can easily imagine the worst case of dark circles under those eyes. Poor dude. Makes me want to give him a hug. Well, let's hope for some slower days coming your way, so you can get off early, yeah? He beams at me. Heh, yeah. I'm sure with you wishing right next to me, it'll come true eventually. My boss leans over the counter. I'll let you... Yes. Appreciate that. Apologize. Hey. Look, I'm sorry. I should be kissing my boyfriend at work and then turn ignoring you. That's my bad. It won't happen again. Apology accepted. But if you really want to make things better... He points at the 2 sandwiches he picked up and rests his head on his hands, presumably giving me a sly smile. You can give me these for 3. Yeesh, your demands are high. The punishment must fit the crime, as they say. I laugh a bit before shaking my head. Fine, fine. You give us a lot of business too, so you deserve it. So the price is gonna be different. I lay both of his sandwiches at the top of the bag and avoid them getting crushed. I didn't put all that time and effort into making them, only for them to get completely smushed by all of these snacks. Your total comes out to $8.13. Pulling out his worn-out brown wallet, Darius takes out a perfect-looking $20 and hands it to me. Just as I'm about to pull my hand away, he closes it and pats it. You can keep the change, okay? Whoa, what? You sure? I don't need that extra cash. He shrugs. Save it for a rainy day or something. You never know what could happen. Well, thanks, Darius. Clicking a few buttons on the register emits a loud ding before opening. I quickly slide in the 20 and pull out the correct amount of change before stuffing it in my apron pocket. Anytime, Mew. He picks up the bag of food. Have a wonderful rest of your shift. And you better get home safe. Don't worry, no trouble ever comes my way. I'll be fine. Holding the bag with his arm, Darius gives me a small wave with his free hand before sauntering out of the store. Now it's just me and the humming of the heater, the quiet radio playing overhead. Yep, I have a few more things to do, like chips and stuff. Wow, they didn't even talk about him in a different way. I bet she defended him this time, because they still have a good relationship. And she had to apologize for him. Meanwhile, he's smiling without a care in the world. It's always been like that. He never thinks about her or how she feels. What a selfish piece of shite. Like him to do that to her and convince her that he is worthy of love. Bro, your hand though, it doesn't make any sense. I've done so much for her that she never asked me for because it's her job. And I just do it because I'm there. And I like her. And I don't know how to ask her out on a date or move on because she has a boyfriend, but she's perfect and she's mine. Mine. Oh, yeah, that's a little inconvenience for you. So Darius, as we've discovered, is very unhinged. And boyfriend is super chill and super hot and super cute. I like that they make like his face look like a cat, like a little smile. I like the way he smiles. The character models are really cool, and I really enjoy playing this game. I hope you guys enjoyed A Little Inconvenience. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and goodbye.